Hello, everyone, and welcome to Police Off the Cuff Real Crime Stories. I'm your host, retired NYPD Sergeant Bill Cannon, a 27-year veteran of the NYPD. Some updates in the case of Mamta Bhatt. However, the updates are not what really the community and what the people that love her want to hear. The police have gone back to the home in order to do an additional crime scene search. And, they'll really comb through it with a fine-tooth comb now to find things perhaps that they may have not found the first time that they combed through the house as a crime scene. More evidence, perhaps using high-tech chemicals to bring up evidence they may have missed. All of these things are necessary because they have not found the body of Mamta Bhatt. And the husband had packed up the house. His passports were out, and he was ordered without bail. When police entered the 28-year-old Bhatt's home weeks after she disappeared, they found evidence of blood. Passports for her husband and daughter were in full view. Clearly, he intended to leave. The Northern Virginia man has been ordered to remain in police custody amid the disappearance of his wife 3 days after prosecutors laid out chilling details in court involving evidence of pooling blood and missing knives. Naresh Bhatt was ordered held without bail this Monday. He was arraigned Friday in charge of concealing a dead body. That's a picture of Naresh on the screen. His wife, 28-year-old Mamta Bhatt, has not been seen for nearly a month. She missed her baby girl's first birthday. Naresh Bhatt was arrested at the family's Manassas Park home Thursday. The charge against him means police have evidence that a dead body was concealed. However, Mamta Bhatt's body has not been found. Prosecutors said Friday there was evidence of pooling blood in the primary bedroom of the home and blood spatter in the primary bathroom. They said investigators found indications that a body was dragged. They took out large swaths of a rolled-up carpet as evidence. While laying out its case, the prosecutor said Naresh Bhatt changed his story numerous times about when he last saw his wife. Her cell phone was still active on August 1st, the day after Naresh Bhatt told police he last saw his wife. The phone last pinged in Loudoun County, where police said they have video showing Naresh Bhatt at a Walmart purchasing cleaning supplies. He also went to a Walmart in Prince William County and purchased a set of knives. 2 of those knives are now missing, according to prosecutors. So this case is very much active. However, it is frustrating for both the community, the family, and everyone that wants to see this case move forward, that they have not recovered the body. Let me play this from the local news.
Now, Sky 9 over the scene in Manassas Park, where investigators executed a new search warrant at the home of Mamta Bhatt, the mother who's believed to have been killed by her husband. However, she is yet to be found. Today marks 1 month since Bhatt was last seen. Our Matthew Torres is outside the home where police were out there once again this afternoon. Matthew, what have we learned?
Well, Simone, the Manassas Park Police Chief says that they were executing yet another search warrant here at this house, but won't say exactly what kind of evidence they are searching for. Just within the last 40 minutes, it appears the investigation here has wrapped up. Neighbors telling us that police showed up just around 12:30 this afternoon. Not just Manassas Park Police, but that crime scene van from Prince William County Police was back out here as well. Neighbors also telling us that they showed up with firefighters who brought a ladder inside for the attic. Another neighbor spotted a dog being used to sniff the basement area. Now, this home has been a focal point in the investigation to find out exactly what happened to missing mother Mamta Bhatt. Her husband Naresh has been charged with concealing a dead body last week. For now, prosecutors don't have enough evidence to charge him with murder. Naresh has not confessed to killing his wife either. The latest search warrant is one of about a dozen already executed since Mamta went missing 1 month ago. On Monday, a judge ruled Naresh must be held in jail without bond since he's considered a flight risk. Here's one neighbor who was there.
is very scary, and we also hope that they're gonna find something. Our prayers is still to Mamta, of course. To be in the courthouse yesterday, this was almost like to have a knife in your heart because he didn't say anything.
Now, investigators are saying there is enough evidence inside this home, including blood, to suggest that she was dragged outside of this home. In court, we also learned Bhatt tried to sell his home before his arrest, as well as buying knives at a Chantilly Walmart. Two of those are still missing to this day. And prosecutors also say Bhatt used his work laptop to search how long it takes to get married after a spouse dies. Guys?
The details are just so disturbing, Matthew, and I know they'll continue to unfold. We know that Naresh has been appointed a public defender, and we know you'll continue to stay on top of the details.
So, the horrible thing about this case also is that it's clearly a domestic violence case, and many of her friends and associates, people she worked with at the hospital, she, after all, was a pediatric nurse. They knew she was having problems. They knew she was a victim of domestic violence, that she was in an abusive relationship, and it was really tragic that nothing could be done. And apparently, she was offered help from her friends. She was offered help from her coworkers, yet she chose to apparently stick it out, and that's what became or is a tragic situation right now. That friends and family, they knew she was in a abusive relationship, tried to get her out, tried to offer her help, and she was obviously in a very dangerous situation, because look how it ended up.
The briefing with Chief Lugo yesterday, and I can tell you those types of details, rightly so, were not shared. So I don't think we understood the depth of evidence that was retrieved out of that residence. But with that being said, I think there's a sense of confidence that we know that there is one charge that is grounded in evidence, and likely higher charges will come as a result of that investigation.
Has anyone spoken with Mamta's mother in Nepal that you can explain
Yeah.
what her reaction is to this arrest?
I have not spoken to her mother. I think I can speak on behalf of the members of the Nepali community. They've been in very close contact. Yeah. So I'm happy to share. I've been authorized to share that her mother has been granted an emergency visa. And so working very hard to get her here as soon as possible. Yeah. Mamta's mother. Yeah. Mamta's mother will hopefully be in the United States very, very soon. Because of the efforts of these people, the embassy, all of the government officials that really have helped to push this process through.
Does she have a reaction regarding to the arrest?
I don't have anything that I can know of to share on the record. I can tell you what we've heard is they are deeply concerned. Their message has always been for us to keep up the fight for Mamta. They want answers and they want her back.
Holly, has your mind changed after hearing the details? Because I know there was a lot of hesitancy about the work that was being done and why everything was taking so long. You had that meeting with Chief Lugo last night. Now you hear the in-depth investigation that went inside that home. Has anything changed your point of view after hearing what?
Yeah, I will tell you, I've turned into a big supporter of Chief Lugo when I was actually very anti what the action was. I saw him the last 2 days. I gave him a big hug.
It's amazing that people, of course, in situations like this, tragic situations like this, they want results, but they don't realize that the police have to act and work within the parameters of the law, within the parameters of the Constitution, and they can't just roughshod through a case. They have to move slowly and methodically and process evidence, because there's a good chance, and I'm not saying it's this 100%, but there is a good chance that they may not recover Mamta Bhatt's body. What occurs? What happens if that's the case? Naresh Bhatt has a court appearance coming up in October. Is he going to get bond? The answer to that question is absolutely not. At that point, the district attorney's going to have to go with the murder charge, with the evidence they have, without the body. And that is a situation, of course, they didn't or they don't want to have to go forward with, but they may have to, because they're not going to watch him walk out of that courtroom, bonded out, and then flee the country. Well, obviously, I would think they took his passport. That's part of this. But if he gets released, how can they control where he goes? Ankle monitor. I wouldn't want to put a potential murderer out there free on the strength of an ankle monitor following him, tracking him around, that may have killed this beautiful woman, Mamta Bhatt, who was a victim of domestic violence, no doubt. Many people in this community, very, very strong community, they want justice. So Naresh Bhatt is going to remain in jail at least until that October court date. And I think at that point, even if the district attorney does not have the necessary, they will have the necessary evidence, but even if they have not recovered the body, in my opinion, they will go forward and charge him with it because they have other evidence. They have very strong evidence, I believe, that implicates Naresh Bhatt. Folks, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button on the screen. Give us a thumbs up. We've been covering this case, this horrific case coming out of Manassas, Virginia, this very close-knit community following the disappearance and the potential murder of Mamta Bhatt. And the community is heartbroken. The community is pushing the police to move forward to find out and find her body and bring justice to Mamta Bhatt and her 1-year-old daughter. That's the other thing. The police had to put the child in social services until a family member perhaps can take the child. But in the case of the 1-year-old baby, she'll have lost both parents, both her mom, Mamta, and her dad, Naresh, who will no doubt be going to jail and or prison once this case reaches its finality. And it's tragic, absolutely tragic. But it is heartening to see how tight a community is. It's sticking behind one of their own. It's just absolutely incredible. Machine 2, I think that is. What's really scary, Sarge, is that this is cultural morality. I'm in Michigan. We have seen a drastic influx of Middle Easterners over the years, and you see it all the time. Well, Machine, domestic violence isn't defined by ethnicity or nationality. It's a problem everywhere. It's a problem in this country. It's a problem in other countries, and people that migrate here, perhaps their culture, it can be worse. They don't understand perhaps all laws in dealing with domestic violence. But again, yesterday the police went back to the home to do a second search of the home to process evidence, crime scene evidence. And we are all hoping that they put the evidence together, that they'll be able to, the next time that Naresh Bhatt has a court hearing, they're able to present a murder charge against him. Folks, I'm Bill Cannon from Police Off the Cuff Real Crime Stories. On behalf of the community, Mamta Bhatt, we hope that they get the necessary evidence to charge Naresh Bhatt with this horrific crime. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great day, everyone, and God bless.
One episode just ain't enough.